technical stuff today. All right. Oh, welcome to Sunday. Oh, I meant to go get some more coffee. That's how it's rolling today, this Sunday. It's just not a super feeling good day, actually. Put my. I'm gonna have to clean that dropper out now. I shouldn't have used it for my medium. Now it's kind of messy. Well, not feeling tip-top today, to be honest. I'm supposed to stream-ish for about 2 hours. Well, not stream-ish. Stream for 2 hours-ish. But I'm not sure I'm going to make it today. Not feeling super amazing. So, the last time I was on, I finished this Little Reaper miniature, and pretty happy with how it turned out. I don't think you can see that super well, but like, yeah, I really like how she turned out. I got the shadows and the highlights and everything pretty good on her. I'm pretty happy. So moving on today to something else. I have a a list of the things that I'm going to be doing next. I've got these. I bought since I'm just kind of starting out and trying to figure out, my style, my techniques, I bought this D&D box, like a little box of, figures. There was about 20 or so in there. Sorry, it sounds like my garage door is opening. I'm alone here. It's really weird. Just trying to figure it out. Anyway, and so about these figures, like, there's a whole bunch of them, and I really like them, in the way that they're made, etc. But I wasn't sure which ones to do first. So that is going to be my challenge today. Well, I mean, I know now. We, as in me and my boyfriend, we figured out which ones to do first. He thinks it would be a good idea to do this little kobald. I'm learning all the terminology too. On a dragon or lizard, or this little warrior. Curious what thoughts are on what colors to paint. However, something's funky with Twitch today. It's really weird. Anyway. Anyway, also, this is the third choice, is this little flautist, which is good for me just because I play the flute. So I like it. So what I like about these figures is that they're probably printed from a 3D printer. There's not a lot of seams that I need to worry about, but I haven't actually primed any of them. I have primed this one, though, that I bought a few weeks ago. So I'll probably base this one in while I'm waiting for these to dry. But before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that everything is sanded out. That seems to be probably one of my biggest challenges. Like on this little girl, there's a seam right here along the back of this shovel handle and across her hand that I didn't notice until I had started painting it. And it's only from certain angles. It's really hard to see, but I don't like how it crossed her hand. It's pretty obvious. Not so much on the shovel, but her hand is pretty obvious. And I'm going to paint them pink. Anyway, so all right, so just get rid of, like, that was a weird little seam. And these, I don't know. Well, I know that little Reaper one, when I sanded her, she didn't sand well. This one's sanding okay. Besides, that's really not going to be seen much. Gosh, it can be kind of hard to see the things that need to be sanded. When I run my pointed this across this, I can feel that there's something there too, so I'm going to sand that down a little bit. Because those things, they just end up being really obvious once they're painted. I don't know how obvious because he's so small, but looks like on the front of this little bow too. Sand that down a little bit. Doesn't take hardly anything sometimes. Oh, actually on the back. Change of seasons is killing me. Allergies, I probably should start taking allergy medication again. So much leaves falling and things in the air, pollen and crap. Adding to my overall wonderful day of feeling amazing. All right, that's good. Yeah, that's not bad back there. Be a little more right on that back side of the tail. Just got to be so careful to get all of the weird things. I see a seam down here on the underside of his leg. That's a challenging area to get. See how bad it is. Yeah, it's catching for sure. The other leg seems to be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I did not pick a color yet, mainly because well, I guess this is the one that I was gonna paint first, right? But I have to prime it first. I feel like the green and yellow is probably accurate, but we could paint pink just for fun. It doesn't really matter, honestly, what colors. Like for now, it's really the technique that I need to practice. So, uh, we have a pink cobalt just for Aurelia. All right. I get so confused with the clear primer that I don't even know where I've painted. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint it gray. Ugh. Might have to take. Oh, I think I left my dog outside. Nice. I don't hear any maniacal. Well, she doesn't bark maniacally. I guess it's probably the wrong word. Hysterical barking. um. Although she probably does want to come back in. She's been out there for a few minutes. I want more coffee, but I'm kind of scared to drink it. Actually, all of my systems are in complete rejection mode today. I haven't seen that cat in days. Crazy white cat. I kind of think it's gone. It never is it's never gone this long without being seen. I'm wondering if it's been managed. I was talking to a woman the other day out there. Oh, there's the sound of my dog. I better go get her. I'll be right back. Okay. She was barking at completely innocent passerbyers. sure they were terrified. All right. Now we're going to base in this little guy, prime him anyway, so that when I'm ready to paint, they're all ready. I think I need a system for knowing which ones I've primed already, because you can't really tell. Maybe I put them on the shelf if they're ready to be painted, like on one side of the shelf or something. I don't know. He doesn't look like he has a lot of seams to be sanded out. Maybe there's a little one right here. Can't tell if that's a seam or like the front of his vest or something. I think I'll just leave. There's like a little line right here. He seems pretty good in terms of like seams and stuff. But for the most part, that's what I noticed about these figures, was that there really wasn't a lot to worry about. So I'm just gonna prime him in, get him ready. He's interesting because he's carrying a flute and also a sword. I mean, I've read enough fantasy books to like realize that even the musicians have to be on the road and protect themselves, but also they're not typically super great at it. They usually glom onto another party for protection. But, you know, this guy could be an exception to that general rule and, you know, have mastered sword play. What can I call it? Sword play. I don't know. Okay. Probably should not forget the base. Oh, that's beating up. Wonder if, just now noticing that these bases don't really have a lot of texture like some of these other ones do. Like, you know, like this one has a fairly textured base, like rocks and things like that, and this one has just a very plain base. Well, it's not, the primer's not sticking to it very well. I'm going to try less water with it now, just see if that's better. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit better. Straight, medium. Ouch. poked his like hat thing into my, punctured my finger yesterday, and that felt wonderful. All right, he's ready, and I better do the base of this one since I did not already. This is not my best paintbrush, but it is a really good one for this particular job. He almost feels dry already. Maybe I can just start painting him as soon as my other figures are all primed in. That would be good. All right, do the edge of this one. I forgot to do that. Okay. All right, last one. Let's more of this in there. Stir it up. Maybe I don't want it quite so thin if it's not going to stick. It needs to stick. It's sticking to the actual figure fairly well, but like the base did not want to stick at all. So, okay. Well, that light is pretty lighty. Okay, last one. A lot of things going on here. Okay, so I've done that one and that one. I'm not gonna do that one right now. Maybe not even this one, because I think my other ones have dried fairly well. And this one is finished. Put it on my stack of finished projects that I need to spray some protector. Okay, all right. Now we've got this little character to deal with. There's a decent seam right here that needs to be dealt with, and I want to smooth this out along the robe. It's kind of a thing on the back of this arm here. This is a woman. There's some stuff on the back of this arm as well. I want to smooth out the back of this helmet a little. And on her hand, maybe a little bit, just smooth that out. This hand seems pretty good. I'm going to be paying close attention to hands now in the future, since that other one was pretty weird. Okay, so just, gosh, this is really a weird angle though. There's like a weird little point on this hand that I'm just going to try to take down a little. I know you probably can't see that at all, but trust me, it's there. All right, and then I was going to smooth out the back seam of this robe a little. I ordered my new paint that I've been talking about, the white, the Reaper white. That's supposed to really be really nice as a wash and doesn't just like, not cover. It's supposed to cover really well. So I'm just excited about that. I got a magenta to make my purples better. Those should be here this week sometime. Pretty excited to try those out, especially the white wash, because I use white as a wash, more as a highlighter, kind of frequently, and so far I've just really not been happy with what I have had. Gosh, I see a horrible seam on the inside of one of these. Where did it go? Oh yeah, right there, and I just am not sure I can even get to it. I'm gonna try though. Wonder if I take a smaller piece of go in there. It's a really hard angle, but it's pretty weird seam right there on that foot. Okay. I really want to get rid of that little, try to do it like this. Just really try to like push it down. Oh, that seemed to help a little. That seam went all the way up the leg, which is just, and it's a little on this side too, which is not good either. The worst places for him too. Okay. Alright. That's mostly dealt with. I feel like there was some other places that I wanted to smooth out. Like right there. I don't want to smooth that out too much because I think that's actually part of something. Maggie. She's going to go do some crazy stuff. Meaning go and bark at, random strangers that walk by. All right, I can't remember if there was anywhere else that I had identified that needed smoothing out. removing, the weird seams and things. Is that a thing? A bark cam? That's kind of funny. That isn't okay. I don't like this. This is really a weird, texture for, back of an arm. It's like she had pox or something. The window is open in my office, and I can hear occasional things going on out there with my neighbors, and occasional voice and stuff. And then I just heard like maybe the jangle of keys or some kind of weird bell or something like that, and it perked her up quite a bit. She's like, "What's that?" It's not a noise that I'm typically hearing out there. I may be having new neighbors though, since we had somebody vacate a couple weeks ago. I imagine they sold the place. Nothing stays on the market very long around here. Even rentals going like crazy. All right, I think we're in decent shape. We can move on. Maybe. Seeing this arm from the side though, it's definitely weird. I don't know the address of that condo, but if you searched for the address, well, hang on, I could maybe even look and see what the address is. Oh goodness. Let's see. So the corner is 82, and I can't see well enough to see what it would be next door, but it would be next door to 82, and they're not new. So I don't know if you could hear me, but 82 is the corner. So if you could figure out, let's see, mine is 78, my neighbor is 76, so it probably would be 84, 76, 78, 82, yeah, probably be 84. Yeah, and I'm certain it's Brookside Lane also, Anyway, yeah, you could probably see what the sales history is, because I doubt that they're renting it. I mean, maybe they did, but it's their, they built their first home, and that's not usually a situation in which you're able to rent out a place if you're building, or if you're buying your first place. So I'll bet and I don't think they were renting. I think well, maybe they were. I don't know. They've lived here the whole time I've been here, and I'm not sure how much longer. So I don't know. She will be interesting to paint with all of her metallic tools It'd be kind of fun to paint her, I think. Be one of the first. I mean, I've painted a few swords and things like that, but it'll be fun to, get a little bit of that gleam and highlight and metallic color going on in there. For as armored up as she is, though, all over her body and head and everything, she's barefoot. I feel like that is a huge vulnerability. I just don't think I'd want to go into battle barefoot. It's just, that feels a little weird to me. Just me, though. Of course, going into battle at all feels a little weird to me. Not really the battle kind of girl, I guess. So still just, this is the last one I have to prime, and then I'll have 3 figures. Whoops, I don't want to be touching that all over the place. It's all wet. I'll come back and finish priming that in a minute. So, all right, I am done mostly with the priming. I just have to do that base of that warrior again, a little bit on the bottom. Well, I can understand, just running out of your house without being properly equipped. As much as I leave the house and forget my purse, it's equally as, vulnerable as not having your shoes in battle. Like, what if I run out of gas or something? Okay, I'm going to look at my palette. I changed the paper in my palette to parchment paper the other day because the paper that came with this palette sucked bad. I didn't put any paint in it. That paint that you're seeing, these colors, oh Maggie, be quiet, are the result of the paper that came with this palette tearing as I just was loading my brush, which is ridiculous. Like, that is the fact that it would be that thin that it would tear just with loading your brush or mixing a color. That was probably the first indication to me that this was not going to work. And then I would close the lid and it would dry out. So I got this on Amazon. It was like, I don't know, it wasn't expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. Like, it wasn't like a $2 thing. I mean, it was, I was pretty excited about it, but it came with a bunch of the like papers. It came with like a little sponge, which was awesome. I think there might be one more sponge, but I'm not really sure why you would need that. Anyway, yeah, just within a day, I knew that paper was not going to work out. Okay, so I'm sticking him on this little block, which I really like just the one. Like, I've got one that's 3, but it just almost feels too much. Like, it's just unwieldy for me. All right. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking about the colors for this. So I think this this dead flesh color is going to be a good base for the cobalt. Cobalt. Da, 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 da. Oh, whoa. I'll probably add a little bit of other kind of green to it later um, as I get more detailed with it. So let's base him in. He's wearing clothes. He has a shirt on. So I guess I'm just doing his arm looks to be unclothed. I don't think that this is a small enough brush, and I don't have enough water in my brush, so don't mind me. I need to, where's my smallest brush? Not seeing it. Is that can't be my smallest brush. I know it's not. And also, I don't have enough water in my paint. It's too thick. Going on way too thick. Okay. So this is coming off a little bit more yellow. That's okay, because I'm going to have to put a few coats of this on. Goodness. I don't know if you heard that. That was somebody being pretty excited. Surprised Maggie didn't freak out. Oh my gosh, it's kind of sounding ghetto out there with people yelling and stuff. Okay. I mean, it's not a huge deal right now if my paint gets places where it's not supposed to, because the amount of layers and other things I'm going to be painting, it's going to get covered up. But I guess I'm just trying to be detail oriented with it, so I don't have to worry about fixing everything later. Probably as of next week, I'm going to be moving up my stream time to probably 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So, I was thinking 10, but to be honest, I am on Sundays still sleeping. It's like my one day to just typically, I mean, there are some Saturdays where I can sleep, but where no one is typically around, even when my kids are here, they sleep late. Nobody's around, I can just really, and I sleep really well after about 4 or 5 a.m. So I would love to set my stream at 10, but that would be groggy, Amy trying to paint, and if I'm up, I'm still trying to like wake up, drink coffee, just yeah, annoying Saturday activities. Sometimes my Saturday activities are not too bad. Sunday need to recoup though. Why does a creature like that need a tail like that is what I want to know. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, creatures need tails because their balance is, you know, compromised in some way. You know, this guy's a two-footed, you know, creature. Does he run on all four? I can't imagine that. His arrows would fall out. The logic, the science, the mechanics of it all. I feel like I'm overanalyzing, putting kinesia mechanics into the whole equation, and it's not necessary. Yeah, balance. That's what a tail's for. Or maybe to, you know, beat somebody up with. Maybe it's a weapon. Who knows? Maybe well, I don't know. Maybe for like creatures like dogs, it's just a communication method. All right, so I don't think well, I think this is part of his body right here. Maybe. Do you think this color looks like dead flesh? That's what it's called. I think, yeah, I only painted his hands this color, but I decided on the other side that this whole thing was his body as well. So sometimes on these really small figures, it's just really hard to decide like what's what. There's a seam on the underside of his arm that I would have preferred to have addressed. Okay, so also I need to get his foot on the underside. This is the weirdest angle ever. I wonder if anybody would even notice if I didn't even paint that. But also this foot needs to be painted. Such a weird angle that no one would ever notice if I didn't paint, I bet. Okay, all right, now his head. This is amazingly relaxing. It's like meditating. Probably why I love it. Just, like pretty much holding a paintbrush at all. But, maybe I should just like sew a paintbrush into like my hand or something. That sounds really weird, but like into my clothes. I don't know. I feel like I need to hold the paintbrush in order to get the benefits of it every day. Maybe I would just be a more calm and stable person if I just was holding a paintbrush. I'd put one behind my ear all day. I don't know what would work. No, it's not really just holding a paintbrush. It's the act of loading it and unloading it. So that bow is just really, really too close to his head. All right. He's mostly based in. Okay. Let's see. I think I wish I had that magenta. But let's see what I can make. Let's see here. Gosh dang it. Every time I stand up, I drag my clothes through my paint. I didn't do that. It's because I don't have any paint on my palette. Okay. There's a little purple. Oh, I don't think I have this red fluid open yet. I'm trying this, this acrylic fluid. I'm trying it just to see what I think about it. It's a little more, fluid. So let's mix it up a little and see what we think. So I'm trying to make a more vibrant purple here. Looking for a specific shade of purple that's going to go well with that green. I think this might be it. Yeah, that's it. I really like that. I really, really like that. sitting on my clothes, can't get off. Okay, I'm going to base in the, I mean, this is a dragon. He just doesn't have wings, so it's okay. Base the dragon in. Probably could use a bigger paintbrush, at least for some of the bigger parts. I mean, this is kind of pink. It's pinkish. It's got some pink in it. Maybe this is acceptable. What's going on here with my brush? There's one. I don't think, oh, I do have tweezers in here. I need to take. Oh, it's driving me crazy. I can't quite get that one. But it's like wrecking my life up to the point where I kind of want to change brushes. I'll be changing brushes soon anyway. Okay, so it's this little one right here. There. Got it. There. Get his tail based in, biggest part of him. There we go. I wonder if I should just paint these bases black. I'm not really sure. Or just something that wouldn't take away from the figure itself. But, you know, since it's not like a terrain or textured base, I could probably just paint it black or something. I don't know. Okay. I'm liking that color contrast a lot. I'm thinking it's pretty good, especially once I get all the contrast and the highlights and stuff, all that in there. Really good. feet in there. I want to do something a little different with those scales, but I think it'll probably be just like a deeper purple instead of just like a different color altogether. Maybe I'll come at it with a dry brush with a really even like a black purple. In watercolor, we don't ever use black. What we use is it's called neutral tint, and it's like black purple, and it gives you the feel of a really deep dark color, but not this empty, empty of the depth of color, like it's flat. Black is a very flat color. But the neutral tint, it's got enough of another color in it that it has a really rich hue to it. And it does make a huge difference. I use just a crap ton of it when I paint my watercolors for just, a lot of shadows and, shadows. Okay. I feel like I should be using a smaller brush for this, but I think I might be okay if I'm just really careful. Okay. Yeah, you do. But does Aurelia? Sorry, saying her name online. Not really sure what I'm going to do with his little face here. So I'm just basing it in purple. I can always fix it later with something else. There goes my garage again. Literally sounds like it's my garage, but it can't be. It's funny because I actually never hear my garage, but I hear my neighbors. That's weird. Okay, I'm not really sure how I'm going to get to the underside of this dragon, but oh my god, it sounds like some kid's throwing up outside. Like, it's so weird. It's awesome and also not awesome at all. I don't know how to get in there. I don't actually think I can. All right, hold up. There's something going on out there with my garage. Nope, not really. um, I don't know how I'm gonna get my paintbrush down into those recesses underneath. It's just so it's just really a hard angle. Like I wish I could take this little guy off. Well, here's an angle I can maybe get at. Goodness, that is a challenge in there. Hey, Evie Catcher, how are you doing today? Good to see ya. What's going on? Oh God. Oh, I can actually get to the back of that leg there. Maybe. There we go. So I logged on today feeling like a big turd. Really hard getting moving. And this is making all the difference. Oh, good. You're just painting too, huh? Awesome. Love that. What are you painting? It's amazing how this is just like food for the soul today. And actually every day when I, do a lot of streaming after I work. And it's just like the best part of my day. I love having a schedule to stream because I often don't take the time to paint. And it is just super therapeutic for me. Ah, fun. Do you stream too? I gotta check that out. Oh well, let's see, and Necron would probably be something of the undead variety if I derive the word correctly. See, I'm new to all of this, the terminology and all of that. I just love painting small things, and these are really fun because they're also fantasy creatures, which are super up my alley. Oh, oh, it's kind of nerve-wracking to be quite honest, painting and also having to talk. I'm used to like listening to a lot of music when I paint. So actually having to have my brain about me and chat also at the same time can something I'm still kind of learning to do. So, whoa, that is really hard to get under that. So, to be honest, is anybody going to see under there? Gosh, I mean, really, that's so crazy. Well, yeah, you should try. It's pretty fun, and like I was saying before, having the schedule, like it was a big step to actually put a schedule up and be like, okay, I'm committing to do this, this many days and how much time and whatever. But it really is good because you're like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm going to get online. And when I start painting, like, I don't really ever want to stop. I have to stop because of other, obligations or, mainly other obligations. Like this week I'll have my kids and they'll be like, Mom, I want, I don't know. I don't know what they want. Food or attention or something. So I guess I'll give you food and maybe some attention. anyway, all right. Yeah, I am really liking this color. Oh, I feel young now. Yeah, you probably are super young. So have you been painting long? Like, were you just kind of starting out, kind of like me with this kind of stuff? Yeah, eat up that whole youngness before you have obligations. Obligations kind of blow. Ah, well, that's awesome. You get going on this and you get some good skills, and gosh, you're going to be set. It's awesome. Ah, nice. Well, you've got more on me, in terms of these little guys. Like, I've been painting for a long time, but like, I've only painted maybe 6 or 7 of these little guys so far. What got you into painting miniatures? I didn't even really know this was a thing, because I don't know. I don't know why. It's kind of funny. Ooh, I love that. That contrast of colors is awesome. That's very awesome. Very, very good. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so many YouTube videos, huh? Like, that's literally how I, figured out some of the different techniques and stuff. There's so many. It's a little daunting because not only is there so many techniques, you know, I mean, I guess you don't have to choose one, but like, you're not really sure like which one's the best, and I don't know. It takes a while to figure out your own personal style. So anyway, I haven't quite done that yet. I do know the kinds of things that I like to do, but I feel like the more I do it, the more my style will evolve and change. Hopefully, I do it before my eyesight completely goes out. These are so tiny. I just feel like I'm going blind half the time. So this color is a game color called leather brown. I don't know. It's growing on me. Feels more like throw up green to me than leather brown, but that's just me. I'm experimenting with some different paint colors. I just ordered some Reaper colors. What colors do you like to use? What are your go-to brands? See, uh, one of the painters that I follow, he told me of Scale 75 Reaper MSP, which is the one I'm kind of looking into. Monument Hobbies, Army Painter. I wrote all these on my paper here. Whiz Kids, Green Stuff, and Turbo Dork. So I bought a Citadel medium. The bottles are crazy. Like, I cannot get, like, I have to use a dropper to get this medium out. I feel like the paints are like that too. How do you get the paints out of the bottle? Yeah, but the bottle sucks. how do you get the paint out without like, wasting a bunch of it, or I don't ruining your brushes. I'm just not really sure about that yet. Don't know how I feel. And why, if everybody is seeing that, are they still using those bottles? Like, it's okay for the medium. I'm using a dropper at the recommendation of Gel Tip again. And that works great, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to use a dropper for the paints themselves. So there's a store close by that sells the Citadel paints, but I don't know, I'm leery. Yeah, your brush. Like, do you feel like you waste a lot of that paint though? Because you take it out with your brush, and I don't know. It's dumb. Maybe it's a gimmick. Maybe if you waste a bunch of your paint, you have to go buy more. I feel like there's so many other brands to like experiment with that I could do that before I finally, try Citadel. But maybe their paints are so great that like you just, don't even care. I don't know. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like they're just so great? It doesn't matter if you're like having to waste a little bit of paint to get them out? This game color is just one that I was able to pick up at that game store because it's that, and I think Citadel are the ones that they sell there. But I'm able to get a bunch of the other ones just on Amazon or whatever. Oh. Oh, that sucks. I have found them really hard to open and close also. So, yeah. Well, so I'm following this woman. I've talked about her a few times. You might be following her as well. Her stream name is Reaper Miniatures, I believe. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, she apparently she mixed the paints. Oh, that's his arm. Why am I painting his arm? It's so hard to tell what I'm painting here. Anyway, so she's mixed the paints for Reaper for a long time, and so she talks a lot about them in her streams, and like I feel like that's a really good basis of knowledge. So she's talking about how their white is just perfect for the washes and stuff, highlighting especially. So I got that one. I'm waiting for it to come, and I'm kind of excited because so far, like, the whites that I've tried just pretty much suck when I'm trying to highlight with them. So, turbo metallic. Just a little bit of metallic so far. I was talking about how I was going to paint this one next, and she's got a lot of metallic. And maybe before I paint her, I'll look into that, see if I can get some good metallics, because I don't actually. I mean, I've got some decent ones, but I don't know, they're not really designed for this. I really need strong colors. So, all right. So I think this looks like just where he's holding his arrows, and the ends of arrows are gray, maybe gray. Oh, he's got the leather across his chest. I feel like I should paint his shirt first. What color shirt? What color shirt? Who am I going to paint that? Oh, thanks for the follow, Evie. That's awesome. Appreciate it very much. Red. Red? Well, maybe a dark red. Blah, 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 blah. What about, I feel like I want to, a darker red than that. That red is not going to go well with what I've got going on here, but if I make it a darker red, it might work better. Let me put a little black on the palette. Oh my gosh, I need to remember that I drag my clothes through this. I need to get a better black. Oops. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's mix up some of this dark red and see what we can get. There I go. Putting my brush in my mouth again. Okay. Here's the red. Don't want to mix my paints too bad. Okay, get some black over there. More red. More red. Maybe all the red. I don't know. Let's put it on. Let's put a little bit on and see what happens. I think I might have put a little bit too much black in it. But also looking pretty bloody, which I like. No, it needs more red. All right. Oh, there's that red. Oh god. Okay. Somebody remind me to stop. Okay. Stop dragging my clothes. Okay. Mix that up again. Put a little more red in there. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I like that. Okay. Let's throw this on there. See what's gonna happen. So excited. Yeah, that's way better. And it's got some warmth in it. Oh gosh, that's hard to paint. Okay. I like that color a lot. I want to put that on my fingernails. That's pretty. That's really pretty. It's a pretty color, but it's also a nice fall color. And I'm getting into those fall colors right now. I'm like wanting to pull out all these fall color clothes out of my closet and wear them, and the sweatshirts and stuff like that. It's getting cool outside. Probably gonna have to take the kids on a hike this week to see all the colors as they change. I mean, we could go for a drive, but we need the exercise. to be honest. That's a good thing. They've been asking anyway. Mom, let's go on a hike. All right. Oh gosh, this brush is making me crazy. Thank you for saying I'm pretty. Hope that's not a friend's pretty. Like, you're so pretty. You're also dumb as a brick. I know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, babe. Like, I know you're not saying that. Oh gosh. Son of a. This brush is too big for what I'm trying to do because I need to get in that. Oh my gosh, I feel like I live in like the projects or something with the amount of like children screaming outside. No, I just know you. Okay, so it's this little thing that is just, so this red is messy. It's just hard to like control, and also I'm shaking a little bit. And I need to get in here. It's really hard to see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, come around, take a little of that paint off. Whew, this red is amazing, but it's also really hard because it's just like so vivid that when it goes anywhere it's not supposed to be, it's like, I'm here forever. And this particular side of his body is really hard to get because of the angle that you've got to come in with the brush. So I'm glad I painted the shirt first because I can cover up a lot of the problems with the leather color. But I should probably get it based in as much as I can before I do the leather. Good choice, babe, on this red. Where did that come from? That horrible dot of purple on the dragon, or the horrible dot of red on the dragon. Okay. Son of a. Oh, this is supposed to be red too. Right there. Goodness. Thank goodness he doesn't have one on the other side. But it's not quite done. Needs more. Almost as bad as an eye. There we go. Okay. All right. A little bit more coverage, and I think we can move on with life. Fix the errors. I wonder if he has an under sleeve that I missed. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now I get to fix all the problems. But I think first I'm going to do the leather. There. I think this little thing is going to be leather. Hey, what color are the tops of arrows? Like, am I supposed to do gray? If you're paying attention. I mean, I can look it up. I just am not sure right off the top of my head what the best color is for that. I'm missing some red in front of his shirt. Right here. Also, I did not paint his leg yet. I'm noticing now. Ugh. Hair in my palette. The feather part. The feathers are like gray, right? Kind of like a grayish, maybe even like kind of almost like bone color, right? Oh my gosh, he is really, there are so many little tiny parts inside there. It is quite difficult to get my brush in there adequately. No, not enough paint. So what I said for the because it's just the feathers coming out of this, I don't have words. Anyway, so it's just the feathers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them like a bone color with just like a kind of like what I do with bone. With just a little bit of kind of light, like a light brown tan, kind of to like accentuate the texture in it, because they're not just white. So yeah, I think that's probably, yeah. Okay. Sometimes the little things that these people or characters hold defy my understanding. They're like little purses and bags and things like that, and I just don't know what they are, so I have to guess as to what they are and then paint them accordingly. I could do research and figure out the most common things that warriors carry. Let's see, let's guess. Let's guess what a warrior would carry. He would probably carry, something to hold his weapon in. And maybe, well, I mean, if he's just traveling, like not necessarily in battle, he'd have a money bag. And he might have, you know, another little bag for belongings. That may be like a little knapsack or something like that. I don't know. Certain types have various, like musicians have bags for their instruments and or writing utensils or like, I don't know. So what I'm learning about this process is that it really, really matters the quality of the miniature. Just from the few that I've painted. So this is better quality than the first few that I've done. They are not the best quality at all, but they're better than the ones that I was doing before. And then the little Reaper miniature that I got was pretty darn good quality and just came together so well. Very few problems with that one. Ration bag. Okay, yeah, that probably makes sense. So it wouldn't really be that big of a sell to make sure that I'm buying good quality miniatures. I'm going to put down some of this. This stuff is called elfic flesh, but I like the color of it for like bone and stuff. So I'm gonna use it fairly frequently. So, all right. Don't need it quite so. Put a base coat on this. For as much noise as was going on outside, I almost feel like I've entered the apocalypse or something. It's like dead silent. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything, but it's kind of weird, especially for a Sunday when everybody's home and there's usually a fair amount of course, a lot of the noise came from the family that moved away because they had young kids that were frequently out. Maybe I have. Not that I would know. There are weekends when I don't leave the house and I have no idea. Like there was one weekend or day or something, and there was a big thunderstorm And I was online, in my own world, doing stuff, and I don't know, TV or radio on, or I don't even know, headset. I don't really even know what was happening. But it went on for a decent amount of time, and when I finally came out of my little, world, I was surprised that there had been such an intense storm. Like, oh, that's kind of funny. All right. I'm going to take some of that. Bit of that. Oops, a little bit too much water on that. I think you were here, actually. Or or we were online together. I don't remember. I do know that, yeah, I think you were involved in that in a way. It was really only a few months ago, I think. Maybe early spring or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. This guy is mostly based in, except for this. Every time I get going with the red, I create chaos. It's just a color that is just like coming off everywhere. But also noticing some places that I need to fix. All right. I'm wondering if I should go a little greener with the green guy. Like maybe do another base coat on the green, take him a little greener. What do you think? Should I go a little greener with him? I'm wondering. Let's, yeah, yeah. Let's see what I've got up here. My paints away so I don't drag myself in them. I think I'm going to go a little bit darker with the green. So yeah, I think it is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out. I'm going to make a darker green, I think. Let's see here. Oh, your sweatshirt was on the floor. I just threw it on again. I'm wearing it. I think it's gotta do laundry today, and it's going in. So I just was super lazy today. Barely able to like drag my butt out of bed. I tried really hard to go back to sleep because I just was so sick and wasn't happening. Too much body angst, I think. So that is not the color I was shooting for. I don't know why I mixed it with the ochre. Yeah. I think I'm going to put a little bit black into it. Now what I really want to make sure is that this isn't going to clash with the purple that I created. So I'm going to put down here green that I've created, which is kind of like an evergreen, which I like. It might be a good, and I'm going to take some of this purple that I made. Yeah, that still okay. But the purple will get a little bit darker, which will be better because I think that the lighter was better. For the color combination, but let's just see how this goes. I'm going pretty light here, so I don't hate what I've done. And be able to change it if it's the worst thing ever. Can always get darker later. I'm coming up on my 2 hours though. I'm surprised I made it. My body complied with requests, I guess. Not to mention that this is not a hard thing. No apocalypse. You're in an airplane or something. Maybe it's a rocket. Maybe it's the aliens coming to take over our decrepit world. Wouldn't that be weird if, like, you were in your house, just minding your own business for a while, and you do go outside and, like, the world's over. You're like, what? That's weird. I think that would, I don't know. What'd you do? What would you do? In all the books, apocalyptic books I've read, for some reason they always like decide they need to leave their home and like travel somewhere else, and I could never really understand that. Like, I mean, sure, they're going in search of whatever, but I'm like, isn't that stuff the same stuff you would have like in your own city? Why do we? I mean, I guess maybe they're going in search for other people or some. It just seems so weird. They're like, we must go, we must pack up what we have and leave, and you're like, I'd rather just be home and die or whatever. I don't know. Seems a lot more dangerous in that kind of situation out on the road than, in your own place. I think that's the point. You would not have internet. So is that the thing? You'd be going in search of internet? That's funny. I don't appear to have internet anymore. I must go to Kansas. Surely they'll have internet there. All right. Well, okay, so if an apocalypse happened and you left your home, you'd come to me first, and then we'd go in search of internet. Hopefully, I have all the answers. Well, and because I live where I live, surely we have all the supplies we would need and the people around us. You know, the year's supply and all that. There you go. Thank goodness for people that listen to, the word of God or whatever. Just do their year's supply of goods, toilet paper, and beans. This is a very lizardy color. I mean, I imagine that a kobald is kind of a lizard, so this is a very funny little figure. One lizard riding another lizard. I mean, do they take turns? Does the kobald then get down on the ground and the dragon get on his back and like all's fair in battle or whatever, and then the dragon gets to hold the bow and arrow, and wear the red shirt? Like they're just like best friends. They're like, hey, no need for both of us to ride to like walk. It's just a theory based on, I don't know. nothing, I guess. I do like this darker green though. It's pretty good. Oh, starting to feel the pull of responsibility though. Kids come in, gotta get, dang it, gotta get things kind of going for them. I don't know what. What do I need to even do? I have the food. I can wear the red shirt the first time when we get in the boat. Is there like a shirt that when we get in the boat in Minecraft, like I get to wear the red shirt if I'm driving? I'll never get to wear the red shirt. I don't really want to drive. Or is it like, I get to ride on your back and you get to wear the red shirt? And then sometimes I get to like, that'd be funny if that was a Minecraft thing. If like you could like, piggyback. I'm hurt. I'm down to like 4 hearts. And that's when you get like the opportunity to like be piggybacked if you're just really hurt. Creating Minecraft rules here. Oh, okay. And you want to wear a red shirt? Or I wear the red shirt when I'm riding. Oh, that is because he's wearing the red shirt when he's riding. So, okay, I see what's happening. Every time I turn this thing around, there's more things that I have failed to paint that I need to paint. Right there. It's okay. I think if a little yellow is shining through, though, it gives a little bit of highlight. Although, highlight doesn't need to be on the bottom. Highlight goes where the sun is. Okay. My stomach is objecting to me. Still doesn't like me. Oh. Seeing that I did not get the underside of the bow. little more base on this. What's the name of the thing that holds the arrows again? Is it a scabbard? It's not, is it? Is it? I can't remember. Something. I should know this because of Nicole. But my brain is being brainy. Quiver. That's right. I feel like I need to get the red out again. I don't want to. The red just gets so crazy. Get right in there on the underside of his sleeve. I'm not super worried about this red because when I come in with a wash, it's going to really clean up the edges or the little corners and stuff. So I think just fix that little thing that just happened right there. I actually kind of like that red in the dragon. Maybe I'll use the red to do a wash over some of this stuff. How little his eyes are. They are teeny weeny. All right, that's looking pretty. That's looking pretty good, I think, for now. I am going to move on with my life today. Grateful for the new followers today. Thanks for joining me. Streaming again Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. See you then.